What if the game of power is being played without you? There is a book that universities refuse to teach, not because it is wrong, because it is too right. Robert Greene spent years inside the most ruthless corridors of Hollywood studying how power actually moves between people. Not how we pretend it moves in leadership seminars, how it actually moves, in silence, through psychology. Beneath every conversation and negotiation you have ever had, what he discovered became 48 Laws of Power, one of the most purchased and least publicly admitted books ever written. It sits on the shelves of hip-hop artists, Wall Street traders and prison inmates equally. Power does not discriminate, and neither does Greene. Here is what nobody tells you. It is not about manipulation. It is about reality. The reason it makes people uncomfortable is not because it teaches dark behavior. It describes behavior already happening around you every day whether you study it or not. The first thing Greene identified that most people refuse to see. Everybody is playing a game. The colleague who seems like your ally, the friend who appears at the right moment, the partner who frames every argument as being for your benefit. Greene does not call these people villains, he calls them humans. The pursuit of power is not an aberration of human nature. It is human nature. Most people lose because they refuse to acknowledge the game exists. The second insight costs people the most money and opportunities of their lives. Greene calls it the law of concealment. Never reveal how much you want something. The moment your desire is visible, you transfer power to whoever controls what you want. They set the price. They decide the terms. Watch salary negotiations. The candidate who makes clear they need the job is always paid less than the one who makes the company feel lucky. Same position, same qualifications, different power dynamic, entirely because of what was revealed and what was concealed. Greene did not invent this. He observed it in Renaissance courts, in Napoleon's memoirs, in Rockefeller's rise. The details change across 3,000 years. The psychology does not. The third insight is the most controversial. Greene argues that authenticity, as currently sold to an entire generation, is the most expensive luxury most people cannot afford. Radical transparency in a world where others are not transparent is a strategic catastrophe. You share your weaknesses, your doubts, your plans, with people who have not earned that information and may use it against you. The most powerful people Greene studied were not the most ruthless. They were the most strategic about what they revealed and when. Trust is built not through total transparency, but through consistent, selective reliability over time. Greene's critics miss this. He is not teaching predation. He is teaching you to recognize the environment you already inhabit. Understanding these dynamics does not make you more dangerous. It makes you less vulnerable, clear enough to choose whether to play rather than being moved without knowing the rules. Because the game does not stop when you refuse to play, it just plays without you. Power without purpose destroys the person who holds it. The 48 laws are not a destination. They are a map of terrain. What you do with that understanding, whether you protect yourself or build something that matters, is entirely your responsibility. He never promised the laws were moral. He promised they were true. In a world that sells comfortable illusions about power, truth, uncomfortable, unfiltered, refused by polite society, might be the most valuable thing anyone can give you. The question is not whether you are willing to read the book. The question is whether you are ready to see what was already there.